morning, and welcome to this morning's All Wars Memorial Service, where we remember all those who lost their lives during times of war, including those who gave their lives in the call of duty. I'm Phyllis Hayashibara, and I will be chairperson for this morning. We will start with the Chole the Control, followed by the Hyobyaku-mon, then followed by the chanting of the Sambujo Ge.
Sambujo. we joyfully scatter flowers of welcome. Today, on this occasion of the 2024 All War Memorial Service, the members of the Venice Unganji Buddhist Temple have reverently come before Amida Buddha in memory of those beings that have lost their lives to the human act of war. With deepest reverence and gratitude for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we recite the name Namo Amida Butsu. If you would please Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Namo Andos. Namo Andos. Namo Andos.
We will continue this morning's service with the golden chain, which is on page 6 of the Ground Service book. I am a link in the golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing, and reject all worldly commitments. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Gatha. Namo Gatha. Namo Gatha. Namo Gatha. Our Gatha this morning will be When We See the Golden Sun, which is on page 68 of the Ground Service book. Please remain standing while Reverend Kory leads us in the reading of the Hyobyaku-mon and the three treasures.
Hyobyaku-mon. 隣人、福くたし、今するにくく。仏法聞きくたし、今するに聞く。物見根性に向かってとせずんばがさるにいずれの章に向かってかこのみをどせん。来週ものともに指針に参謀に消し立てまつるべし。伊豆から仏に消し立てまつる。朝に願わくは主張とともに態度を体現して無常に起こさん。伊豆から法に消し立てまつる。朝に願わくは主張とともに各行像に入りて知恵見のごとくならん。伊豆から僧に消し立てまつる。朝に願わくは主張とともに来週を通りして一切無下ならん。不常人事未明の方は百千万号にもあよことくたし、我今検問し受持することを得たり、 願わくは如来の真実義を下し立てまつら。The three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us firmly take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I put my faith in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of thy way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves thy supreme will. I put my faith in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I put my faith in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in thy life of harmony in a spirit of universal peoplehood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Please be seated. Now we will have our Dharma message from Reverend Kory.
Nassho. Amida, full of compassion for those lost in the great night of ignorance. The wheel of light of Dharma body, being boundless, took the form of the Buddha of unhindered light and appeared in the land of peace. When a person realizes the mind of non-discrimination, that attainment is a state of regarding each being as one's only child. This is none other than Buddha nature. We will awaken to it on reaching the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to this 2024 All War Memorial Service. Many of you know the evolution of this service, but I'd like to track it. I've highlighted so many different parts to it, I guess, over the years. Originally, it was the A-bomb service, right? Which anniversary is coming up in a few days. Losing hundreds of thousands of 100,000 lives or so, and affecting millions more. And where the
I don't want to say, I don't know, was it the motto for Hiroshima is never again. Then we've talked about how many lives have been lost due to the US wars. We talked about how many lives have been affected due to those events. We've talked about, last year I talked about even the Tokyo fire bombings, where how many, 100,000 lives in like 11 minutes, right, due to firebombing of Tokyo. This year I wanted to well, and of course we've actually we've talked about our killed in action soldiers and highlighted them. Our adopted family. And even this year we found that even though we've highlighted, we've thought about those from our community related through our Japanese American lineage, we even found one that kind of slipped in. Right? But we appreciate the sacrifice of those individuals. Right? Amato, right? Is that the one? Amato, we found that he was Italian, right? Edward M. Amato. That's okay. Still, the ultimate sacrifice, right? Bruce J. Mori, Masashi Nakashimo, Masayoshi Noguchi, Terry Y. Ogami, Takeshi Yamiku, Naoto Yamashiro, and Douglas H. Yuki. Russell Ishii.
He died because of the Agent Orange.
Also,
And then he came back.
right. We'll write it in, and then and then we started splitting up the service too, as in Memorial Day service. We should read these names from our Memorial Day Nakotsudo service. We highlight the veterans that are still around, right? And then there's many different aspects that have deepened to our community, but also our Nembutsu teaching. That's why I read these passages today. There's some questions that have come up to me, and gee, that's a really hard one to answer, or that's an interesting question. The answer to many of these is, first off, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, because that's what we do in our religious practice, our Nembutsu, to say Namo Amida Butsu. We look within ourselves, or we have already looked within ourselves and realized. That's why I read again. So the first part was Amida, full of compassion for those lost in the great night of ignorance. The wheel of life of Dharma body being boundless took the form of the Buddha of an inner light and appeared in the land of peace. Everything in this life suffers. It's just because we're human beings and we think we have to, we want to first survive. But the understanding of survival or life over everything, like the minimum, right? What is it? Traditional, before Shakyamuni Buddha, it was minimalist. And then Shakyamuni Buddha says, what does it take to survive? And to survive. When we look in our mirror, within ourselves, and ask ourselves, what do I have? What do I have? And how much do I have above that middle of survival? That's where we really have to realize our path. This is the right path for us. we do Obon, or as I've been explaining, is to realize that because of who we are, we might have sacrificed our relationships. We might have done things so that we can have more than just this little. And so we show our appreciation to the community, the people around us. We dance for joy because we've, well, in our Jodo Shinchu tradition especially, right, we just dance for joy because we want everyone to join in. But again, what this passage is saying is that everyone, well, Amida Buddha says everyone's a future Buddha. Let me help you. Let me help you. When you look in the mirror, do you see a future Buddha? When you look out among the people, do we see everyone as future Buddhas? That's the harshness of, and then we combine that with the essence of war or violence among other beings. You know, sometimes, how could we do this? It happens. Even if we say it's for protection purposes, it's really hard to say, is that within the bounds of our teachings? Yeah, we do. We do. So when we come to do this memorial service, that's why all these Buddhas, all these beings deserve to have full lives to the best of their abilities. This is what we take for granted and living with in this life. Can you think of people that have passed away because of war? I always share, this was the main question that I had with Umezu Sensei right before ministry. Sensei, I don't know if I'm ready to be a minister. Because my generation, we've all, many of them, they're not drafted into war. So many of us will not understand. We don't understand poverty, real poverty. We don't understand hunger. We see violence on media, but I told them I've never really experienced it. And to that extreme, how can I talk to people about all these things? These are the things that we take for granted in this life. He said, for your generation, for you, isn't this why we do this? Is to awaken people that we take life for granted. We're ignorant beings. We don't value these precious moments that we have. This is what this memorial service, to me, is really for. See, these lives were cut short. These lives were cut short due to our human wastes. And again, I look at our community. It doesn't matter what religion, where you come from. We all see people living in this moment, suffering. Future Buddhas. And from this service, we look within ourselves and say, what can I do Isn't it simple? Amida Buddha takes care of us in a way where we change our hearts and minds. Even though we can't be truly perfect, we constantly remind ourselves. Even if we just say Namo Amida Butsu with each step and each breath, let that calm ourselves. Let that show, keep us on track. My life is just, like Mrs. Sensei used to say too, my life is not my own, it's due to all those that have come before me. These 8 individuals, the names I read, the one that Mr. Ishii, Mr. Ishii that I brought up. How many others? I guess that list would be super long. How many wars have there been in the history of mankind? How many battles? Eventually, I feel like this service will evolve into something greater than just all war memorial. Next month, we highlight 9/11. That wasn't an act of war, or was it? But it was still an act of human violence, the squandering of life. And as we, I don't know if many of you tuned into that when they read the names every year, but they still do. I'll be honest, I might only catch 5-10 minutes out of the thousands that are recognized for that moment in time. But as this service was coming up too, I remember thinking to myself, where were you when that happened? What went through your mind when that happened? I'm sure some of you still can say, where was I when I heard about Pearl Harbor? What was I doing when that happened? Before the time is too late, verbally share those moments with someone. I remember talking to Miss Flo Matano. Her father was a minister in Hawaii, and so they lived in this kind of valley, and they were playing outside as the planes flew over. And she said, right after that, they took her dad. That was the last time they were together. Passed away in incarceration. So we come to this service because how many lives have been affected? Let us all show our gratitude to these past loved ones or past people that have gone before us. But also as we want to change this, it is life by life, not person by person, but Buddha by Buddha. And continue to keep ourselves in check with them in our hearts. So if you please join me, Kansho. When a person realizes the mind of non-discrimination, the attainment is the state of regarding each being as one's only child. This is none other than Buddha nature. We will awaken to it on reaching the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
you, Sensei, for your message. Next, we will recite the Hyobyaku-mon and the 6 Paramitas, which are on pages 4 and 5 of the Ground Service book.
6春三つ、御仏様の御心に立ち返らさせていただいて、一つ今日一日、清らかな花と温かい情け、つつましやかな会話で暮らしましょう。一つ今日一日、腹を立てますまい。一つ今日一日、不平不足嘘を申しますまい。一つ今日一日、私の仕事に全身全力をかけて尽くさせていただきましょう。一つ今日一日、夜昼常に私を守らせたものを御仏のご恩を喜ばさせていただきましょう。一つ今日一日、南無阿弥陀仏を唱えさせていただきましょう。6 Paramitas. Turning our thoughts to Lord Buddha, let us throughout the day live with clear eyes, warm hearts, and humble attitude. Let us throughout the day not become angry. Let us throughout the day not utter words of discontent, dissatisfaction, and untruth. Let us throughout the day do our daily work with all our power. Let us throughout the day rejoice in the love and compassion of our Lord Buddha, who is constantly watching over us day and night. Let us throughout the day repeat the holy name, Namu Amida Butsu. Promise, the Lord Buddha is our eternal Father and Mother. The Lord Buddha always keeps watch over us. We promise to listen to the teachings of the Lord Buddha and perfect ourselves by following his ideals. Namu Amida Butsu. 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 Namu Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. Doesn't say that. Are there any announcements?
Hi everyone, I'm Sharon Ishida, you know who I am. And I just wanted to give an update as far as where we are on the elevator fundraiser. Thanks to everyone's donation in our events, we are at 88%, 132,000. Still striving, we're still striving. Gotta reach that 150. We have many events that are going to be taking place. Gary's event, which is all sold out, is the pickleball, which is next week. And then in September, on September 7th, please don't forget that date. We need many of you to come out. It's the evening of the Bonbu, and I believe it's at the Culver City Auditorium. Yes. And it's from 6 to 10, I believe. And so if you can make it, we'd love to have you there. There are many things that are going to be going on. I believe there's the bento that you can eat, as well as there's going to be a band. It's fundamental. Thank you. One more time, Judy. All the Sonics. And then we're going to have, of course, gambling, which some of us all love. So please try to make it. The Dharma School is also going to be having a spaghetti and karaoke night. Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. I love to sing, but unfortunately I won't be able to be there. So all of you benefit from that. And that's going to be September 28th from 5 to 9, right here at the church. And then the Junior YBA and Girl Scouts, they, I believe, are going to be doing, at the Toyota Center, they're going to be doing ice skating for everyone. So keep looking at your weekly happenings, because everything's going to be announced there, okay? And thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you again for everyone that volunteered at the Quon Festival. You couldn't have a successful Quon Festival with all the volunteers in place and helping out, so thank you. Another announcement is on Monday, August 12th, we're having a fundraiser at Humble Potato. And that's not this Monday, but next Monday. There's 2 locations, one in Culver City and a new one in West LA. Just present the flyer and then we'll get a percentage of the proceeds. I have flyers if you need it and just flyers downstairs. So if you can, come join us. Thank you.
Good morning again. Thank you to everyone for all your hard work and participation with O1 as well, BJCC and O1, right? I wanted to announce, what was it called? The 125th BCA anniversary. Tommy has already sent the link for the YouTube event. It'll take place in San Francisco Buddhist. I never know what it's called. Buddhist Church now. Thank you. Thank you. So that'll happen September 1st. September 1st. Because I'll be gone 29th to, and then I don't know if they're still available, but also there's the Montoshiki show, like this one. It's actually labeled in the catalog as Itadakimasu Montoshiki show. So Marco's wearing one. And it looks, if you want to see it up close, or you want to see mine too, it's fine. But again, on the term of what contributes to our life, it's just a visual reminder, right, of all the good things that we're able to do, or we're supposed to do, because of all the things that go into our lives that make us who we are today, right? And that's why we say Itadakimasu in the first place. So, if you still, I think they were supposed to order another set, I'm not sure. But they were getting lots of orders. I think that's it. Let's see. Next week is Suki Tsuito service for July and August. I know I almost forgot. Again, July and August, just like last time was May and June. But if you were there, you would know what I'm talking about. July and August. And then, as you can see, we're still in the Hondo. I don't know, it's for those that don't know, the elevator upgrade has been pushed back. So we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully it'll be by the end of the month or so. But that means we just have to be flexible with all these great and wonderful events that we're going to be able to share together, as we don't know what the state of even downstairs will be like. Come when those things start with Sunday on the 7th. 7th is Bonbu Lounge, Sunday on the 8th. The weekend after that is Abba Memorial, Rummage Sale. See, these things have been moved around so much that I keep Rummage Sale and then Abba Memorial, and the week after that is the same weekend as Abba Memorial is Ohigan, Fall Ohigan, and then the week after that is the Dharma School, Spaghetti.
Ohigan.
5th is 21st.
Is that day after the Rubber Sale?
Shh. Wait, no. Wait, it's what day?
It's, I think the Rubber Sale is 14th.
14th, yes. 14th, oh, sweet. Oh, man. Just please check the temple calendar, because September, right after Memorial Day, is there's a lot of things going on, and we don't want to create a complex where you fear of missing out, but yet you might. So with that, thank you everyone, and thank you to the temple and for all these wonderful things that we're able to do. And again, spread Nambutsu teaching, not just in the Hongo, but also outside through our friends, family, community, and so on. So thank you.
We will conclude this morning's service with the Gatha Sayonara, which is on page 62 of the service book, and the reading of the Benediction. Benediction. We surround all people and all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Particularly do we set forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to all those in doubt and ignorance, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change we call death. We send forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Namo Amitabha.
Thank you for attending this morning's service. We will now have our project Bonbu drawing.
So we're going to have two drawings, one for July and one for August. Each winner will get $500. So let's see. First winner is Irene Matsumura. The second winner is Phyllis Hayashibara. Congratulations.
Thanks for coming. And thanks to go to temple.
We have a short study class led by Modiano, after which there will be some light refreshments downstairs. Please join us.
I'm sorry, one more thing. I just came back from LABCC on Monday. We had a lot of some staff, but some of our kids actually went from Venice. Just to put on your calendar, they already have the date for next year. So those that will be between the age of 8 and 13 during the time of camp, it starts on July 26th. And then, so that's a Saturday, and it'll go to the next Saturday after
which is probably around the time we're looking at Japan next year. Because we'll come back on the same day, August 2nd, right? Isn't that Saturday? Yeah, so July 26th through August 2nd. But there were 130 campers this year. And as I said, we had a few from our temple go. Last year we had 11. I'm not sure how many we had this year. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Can I make one more announcement? Triggered something. Gomendosai. Next, you know how none of us had that we missed Joe's udon this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we really missed it, and so I thought, wouldn't this be wonderful if we could come up with an event to eat Joe's udon? And so I approached Joe and Diane about this, and then we talked to other people, and thank goodness he was all in favor of this. So look forward to this. It's not going to take place till next year, till February, but I'm really excited because we're making it an udon eating contest. You have to eat all the udon in your bowl in 3 minutes. And Tommy already said John should be in it. So anyway, just keep your fingers crossed.
There's only going to be 10 contestants. We all don't have to eat.
Anyway, I look forward to it, you guys. Hope you too. February 15th.
Please join me in Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 To expand on Sensei's Dharma Message, the text that he read, non-discrimination is the virtue or ability that a Buddha has, so that he or she is not emotionally disturbed by what happens. So in other words, there's no emotional investment. And if there's no emotional investment, there's no motive to act on a particular event. Or you can do, you have the perfection of right action, so you know exactly what to do if you can non-discriminate. But that is the mind of a Buddha, which we don't have. We don't have that mind, so we are subject to discrimination. First, we start with ourselves. What is best for me? What is best for my comfort, my survival? And then, to be honest, if we're totally honest, then it's secondarily what is best for my family. Of course, you're supposed to put your family first, but some people do that, but in reality, not always. Not always. We think of ourselves first. And it is because of Nembutsu that we can recognize this and not make excuses. We can say, I'm a foolish. Bonbu is a foolish being of blind passions. The first step is to recognize that and acknowledge that you have those blind passions. And then they will not be ruling over you to the extent that they do to people who don't have that insight or that acknowledgement. So it takes a certain humility that is grounded by the Nembutsu to see yourself the way you are, and to see how you interact in a larger society. And we are all emotionally invested in certain things that really don't deserve that degree of emotional investment. For example, games of sports, we are emotionally invested in our team. We want our team to win at all costs. But since it's only a game, if they lose, they can come back and play again another game, and maybe win this game. But that's not the case in the war. The loser does not live to come back and fight again, or maybe they do. Or they pass down the bitterness of their defeat to later generations who wait and say, when the time comes, we are going to avenge our forefathers, and even with the people that harmed them. And that is one of the things that perpetuates war. We see this, well, anybody who, if you get Wheel of Dharma, then you know that BCA and the Honganji in Japan have called for a ceasefire in Gaza. And that is an example of generational conflict, where the original generation may very well have all died out by now, but they transmitted their pain and suffering to later generations who bear that resentment, and they want to get even with the people that wrong them. So that is one of the ways that war is perpetuated. And without the insight of, and I think, this is something that, to sound like it, to come off chauvinistically about Jodo Shinshu, I freely admit that, but I think that this is that Jodo Shinshu, and then Butsu, gives us that ability to see where these things are coming from. We can acknowledge that, and it sort of reduces the charge of it, so that a wrong done to my grandfather, however long ago that was, or my great-grandfather, even though I know about it, I feel no compulsion to right that wrong against the descendants of the people that wronged him. So I don't have that. I don't have that, I believe, because I can see that this is not, it's not really productive. It will not soothe my pain, getting even and punishing the descendant of somebody who harmed my ancestor will do no good. It will do no good. It'll make things worse even, and perpetuate a cycle of violence. So I think that because we have this ability, thanks to the Nembutsu, and I'm addressing just the people in this room, we're all Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, so it's not something that we're going to debate amongst ourselves. We might debate it with outsiders, but I think that is the foundation of Jodo Shinshu in terms of transforming your life. The transformative power is this ability that you get from Amida Buddha to look at yourself as you are, to cut through your ego, and of course it'll come back into play when you go out in the world, but there, sitting with your own conscience, you can see what's what. And if you can apply that in other situations, you can cut off that emotional reaction on the spot. You can take a step back. And if everybody had that ability, I think we would be living in a more peaceful world. So that's my gloss on Sensei's Dharma Message. Thanks for listening. Any questions? Okay. We get Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thanks for coming. See you next week.